This is the plaintiff, Bilal Arif. He says he and the defendant were co-workers, and when the guy fell on hard times, he helped him out by loaning him $1,000. He told him he'd deduct a portion of the loan amount from his paycheck until the loan was paid off. And everything was good until he left his position. Now he can't get the defendant to pay him the $1,000 he's still owed. That's why he's here suing. This is the defendant, Christopher. He says the plaintiff was terminated from his position, and he eventually went to work for him, and the guy stiffed him on his wages. He has some nerve suing him here today in court because if anyone's owed money, it's certainly not the plaintiff. He's accused of not paying a guy back. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $2,700 for unpaid wages.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket, the plaintiff loaned $1,000 to his coworker, got stiffed, but the defendant says the plaintiff was fired and he ended up working for him, and he stiffed him on wages. It's the case of Ain't Nothing Grand About You.
Thank you, Douglas. Okay, Bilal Arif.
Yes.
You are suing Christopher for a $1,000 loan that you say you made to him and he hasn't repaid. You have counterclaimed against him $2,700 in unpaid wages. Let me talk to you first. You guys work together at a cell phone retail store.
That is correct.
Were you the owner of that store?
No,
What was your role there?
I was just a manager.
And what was his role there?
He was a sales associate.
Okay, so you were over him.
Yes.
All right, and how long did you work together there?
I mean, about in 1 year or so.
Okay, and were you friends?
Well, yeah, we were pretty good friends.
Would you socialize outside the store?
We met like 2 to 3 times.
All right. Now, at some point, you loaned him money?
Yes. Your
How
Honor.
much money did you loan him?
$1,500.
So what, did he pay you back any of it?
Yes, Your Honor. The last week that he was working with me under the new management, he told me to keep whatever I worked for and let me know how much I owe you after that. So it was like $406, and then he gave me $100 afterward.
That's how he paid off 500 of the 1,000.
Yes, Your Honor.
And then according to you, he still owes you 1,000.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, what's going on?
So basically, it was not a loan. He's saying that he was just an employee. He wasn't just an employee. He was invested 50% owner with the first boss we were working for. He was a 50% owner in that store.
Is that accurate?
Yes, Your Honor, it is.
Then when those two partners split, he took his investment from the first boss and went with the second boss. So basically, the money he gave me was an incentive to come work with him.
So according to you, the $1,000 was an incentive for you to come to the new place?
$1,500 he gave me as an incentive. Correct.
$1,500.
Correct.
And did you let him take $500 for repayment of something that was supposed to be an incentive?
He took it off himself. I never received any pay from the time that I worked for them. They kept giving me a runaround. When I say they, I'm referring to him and the new owner that he went with. They kept telling me, oh, they're going to have a meeting later. I can come pick it up at the meeting. Then the meeting ended up not happening. They canceled.
So how many days did you work in that new place?
About 3 weeks.
And then what'd you do? Go back to the old place?
Correct. Because I didn't have no income. I was living off.
Did you guys not pay him at all?
No, Your Honor, he was paid.
Do you have proof that you paid him?
Yes, Your Honor. I have text messages right over here. He was promised that he was going to get 3 days vacation. I mean, she got to scroll up to find it.
Okay, that's not proof that you paid him. Do you have a pay stub where you paid him?
Your Honor, he got paid as cash because that time the owner was never, his things were together that time.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Don't open if you're not, doing things right.
No, but in the text messages, you could say that, you could see that.
Okay, that was 2 days you gave me yesterday, right? That was a 3-day vacation pay. Oh, okay. Oh, it sounds like you're getting some money.
Yeah, you can't.
Word, put that 60 hours, get that bread. I got you. We got 2 lines. I got 7. What's that?
Okay, so those are basically sales. I got 2 lines.
Can't touch me. They mad cheap here. There's a lot of words back and forth about who's killing the game and who's better at selling and, Are you guys stealing stuff and selling it on your own?
No.
No, those are overseas customers who wanted to buy. So
Bulk sales.
Yeah.
What?
It's
sorry?
bulk sales. Like they buy multiple of one product,
You say to him, he says to you, it's whatever, man, it's done, it's done. Next time you got to do some blank, let me be there. There's all kinds of shady stuff being talked about here. I see your real colors. You tell him, let's sort out the 1,100 and we don't need to worry about none. Pick up some money from, who's Sean?
He's the previous owner, the boss.
He tells you to go get money from Sean and pay him off, and then you pay Sean over time, and your answer's not, for what? That was a bonus. Your answer is, I'll see what I can do. He keeps texting you that he needs the money. You tell him on June 27th, yo, listen, bro, I don't have enough money Friday when I get paid. I'll come meet me. When I pick up my pay, I'ma hand you on the spot. What did you mean when you said that?
Basically, we had a couple phones that we purchased together to sell to a customer. And so that's the funds he's referring to.
Is it? Why are you constantly saying, I'll give you money? I'll give you bread Friday on July 4th.
So at that point,
Why are you giving him money if you don't owe him money?
If they were in business selling stolen property, can one person go into court and say, oh, the other person took advantage of me if they're both crooks?
They're going to have to go out of state and solve their cases in litigation, and they might have to go to 40 different courts, and they might face a lot of criminal charges because there's been a lot of different laws against that since Richard Nixon was in office.
Going inside the courtroom.
Why do you keep saying you'll bring him money?
some of those text messages are referring to
Why are
the
you
phones.
saying, listen, man, I'm in a tight spot, but I'll make a solid deal with you. 500 next Friday, not Friday coming, and 500 the following Friday, which actually adds up to $1,000 that he's talking about.
Correct.
Yeah, what happened?
That's for phones.
Really? Well, did you ever pay it?
No, because we
Then
didn't
I guess you owe him $1,000,
no,
don't you?
I didn't take the phones from him.
Well, then why are you saying you'll give him 500 this Friday and 500 the next Friday? And then he texts you after that, and you're like, yo, man, I put my car up for sale. I'm in a super tight financial situation. Pay him the $1,000. Because unless you're going to tell me that's for stolen phones, then it's for money you owe him. Because everything I'm reading here sounds like it's money you owe him. Over and over. He's like, I need the money, and nothing is being discussed that this is for phones.
I mean,
That you didn't get.
That.
See, you can't avail yourself. You know, if he sold you cocaine and you haven't paid him for the cocaine, and then he comes to court and sues for the payment for the cocaine, I tell him to go pound sand, because if he's up to no good, he can't ask the court to help. But that's not the case I'm getting here. Everybody's so careful and talking about, we didn't do anything wrong. Okay, if you didn't do anything wrong, and I've got you all over the text saying that you owe him $1,000, and pay him the $1,000. Your counterclaim is for $2,700 for unpaid wages. If you have unpaid wages, you have to sue the corporation. You can't sue him directly. You have to sue the corporation. Okay? So on your counterclaim, I am dismissing it without prejudice for you to sue the corporation. And on his claim against you, pay him the $1,000.
Well, Christopher, you got to pay him $1,000. You're down and out, you got to do it.
Next time I know better, on who I deal with.
Okay, all right. Sorry about it. You're finally going to have to pay him. All right. Mr. Arif, you're happy?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're not working with him still?
No, I'm
it's
not.
over.
Yeah, it's done.
Okay, good.
In the state.
Okay, good.
All right, man. Thank you.
There you go. Okay, Harvey.
If you work for a corporation, you're not allowed to sue the individual even if you think it's the owner of the company. You have to know who you're working for.